I have a 2025 GMC Yukon Denali, and it has the unique interior color. This is my first time actually seeing it, and I'm excited to show you guys. I borrowed this SUV from Jerry Seiner, Buick GMC here in South Jordan, Utah. Be sure to ask for Matt. Let's go ahead and check out the window stickers so you guys can see all the options and features on this build. At the very top is a description. And you guys see the colors is titanium rush. You have that teak light shale interior. Here's a short listing of the standard equipment. Be sure to pause. Base price comes in at $80,000. And this one does have the Denali Reserve package for $11,635. Tons of features come in there. Be sure to pause it, not go through every single thing. Titanium Rush was $495. Destination is $1995 with a total price of $93,375. And here are the fuel economy numbers off to the side. For 2025, they did refresh the Yukon, and they give you these nice animations on the headlights right here. And one thing I like about the front end of this Yukon Denali is this satin finish on the grille. It's not bright chrome, has a really nice look to it. They also give you a camera right here, active grille shutters. You can probably tell that they're closed off too because it's really cold outside. Front parking sensors, even off to the side here for pulling into the garage. More of that satin finish down below. And as I said, it has a really nice appearance overall on the front end. It has a classy look, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And you probably can tell in the headlight design, new projector style. It says Precision LED right there. And there is an option for air suspension. This one just has the coils, independent. You guys see those control arms? They are using some aluminum fabric material for the liner. And here are the tires. These are a 22-inch wheel. And they are a Bridgestone. And tire size is going to be a 275, 50, 22. And they do give you a Denali badge right there. These tires have 2,403 pounds of capacity at 44 PSI, 4-piston brakes. Great wheel design, 6 lug. And here's more of that satin finish here and down below. You guys see those power deployable running boards, which were an option. And it has the perimeter lighting. Mirrors have that paint with that black. Also cameras, turn signals, puddle lights, as well as blind spot monitoring. This is all going to be this regular chrome, but your trimming on those roof rails are also finished in like a satin too. Here's a side view look of the truck. Smart key system on the front and rear doors. And in case you want to see these running boards, there they are. Now, you do have a 24-gallon fuel tank on the regular Yukons. The XLs have a 28-gallon fuel tank. Premium fuel for the 6.2 liter. And restyled taillights. You also have that parking sensor right there. They have the quad tip exhaust, but it's basically a dual exhaust. And what do you guys think about the back? They do give you what looks to be like bright chrome. Actually, no, this is a satin finish. This is satin, as well as down below. They hide the hitch. And then here's just a better look at those tips too. They look great. 2 cameras, one for the rear view mirror and one for backup. And you also have a button right here that pops this open. You can really see that interior color. I love this interior color. If I were to get a Yukon Denali, this is the color I'd get for sure. They do give you the animations on the taillights as well. And I like this little metal treatment that they give you. Dresses up the rear. You have the tie downs. This is gonna be for your net. And power third row seat. No surprise here for this price point though, right? You have to hold the buttons, however. Just below the floor, a little bit of storage. 120 volt power plug. And I'm gonna drop this down. They make it easy for you. For all you lazy people out there. Let's go ahead and pop the hood and talk about this engine. I'm sure you guys like to see the mountains. I saw it on my camera when I turned it off. I'm sure you guys like to see it right there. On this side, the sun's actually popping out. Very beautiful views here in Utah. Now, the 6.2 liter does come standard for the Yukon Denali. 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. If you want those numbers, you gotta burn premium though. 10-speed transmission behind it, 323 rear end. And right now you can't get the Duramax. They did upgrade it for 2025. That's not gonna be available until next year springtime. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. This is so beautiful. I am a sucker for light color interior. It is absolutely my favorite. And this is just, whew, man, it is perfect. Look at this X stitching right here, for example. It has like that dark color to it, like right here. You can also feel how porous the wood is. You have more of that stitching at the top here. It has like a wrinkle effect on the leather. And then here's all your controls. So you have auto up and down for the front windows, auto down for the rear. Seat memories are right here if you want to power fold the outside mirrors. They have that there. And even like around the speaker grill, great design, bows. But down below here, this is all hard plastic, which is pretty typical. Denali badge on that kick plate. And you also have a 12-way seat, and they give you more of that satin finish around the knobs, which is nice. I mean, hey, they don't have to do that. Most people could care less, but it just adds a nice little touch to the side of the seat there. You have that dark brown piping here, there, and right there. So they just really brought their A game on this interior. They've done a good job overall. Power steering column, and then this one does have that Super Cruise too, and electronic parking brake. You have your 360 camera, traction control, parking sensors can be disabled, downhill assist if you plan on going off-road, auto stop start. This is like a self-parking system. I'm going to be doing a video on this too, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. And then lane keep assist, four-wheel drive system, and then here's all your lighting with the trailer brake. All this is soft touch leather on the dash, more of that satin finish. They really did knock it out of the park with this interior. 12-way seat on this side, and I am including the lumbar too, by the way. On the dash, you have more of that wood trimming here. All this is wrapped in leather, although down here, all this is hard plastic. They do give you a Denali badge right here. Grab handle only on the passenger side up front, but not on the driver's side. You still have one right there, however. And this does hide some hidden storage. And I like that they did that too. All this is wrapped in leather on the side here. Great wood treatment, a little bit of storage on the side. Perforated leather, did I mention that? Perforated leather. Out back, no curtains, which is a big deal for me. I like to see that on these higher end SUVs. 12.6 inch displays were an option. That twin panel was an option too. But yeah, these are really nice seats. If you want to drop them down, you just pull this twice. It has to drop all the way down like that before you can do it. They do provide this, and you have this. So if someone's sitting back there, they can just push that button and it will drop the seat down too. The only thing I don't like, and I always point this out because it's a big deal for me, these seats don't have memory, so they always go forward versus staying where they were before. Oop, I pushed the wrong thing, so yeah. You gotta pull this one, and that slides it forward and backwards. They do provide the grab handles here, seat back pockets, 3-zone climate control, outboard heated seats, you have HDMIs, 120 volt power plug. And the center here has some nice like space too to get in and out. Third row, 3 across. They still give you the perforated leather on those outboard seats. They also give you one Type-C USB, a little bit of cup holders and storage, and they give you like the leather wrapping right here. Believe it or not, you don't see that on the lower trim levels. It's pretty funny that they cheap out in those ways. But yes, this is definitely a really nice interior. This does slide here. Let's go ahead and slide it back. I want to show you guys how far it does intrude back here. So you still have a little bit of space to get around it, although I would just push it up when you're getting out, because I can see kids kicking this to kingdom come. At least my kids probably would. Let's go ahead and jump back over to the driver's seat. I've shown this a few times in other videos, but as I mentioned, this is such a nice feature for the women that have the big purses. They also give you some hidden storage right there too. And let's go ahead and hop in. These running boards do come in handy. This doesn't sit that high, but it's just nice to have that. Push button starts right here. Now for 2025, you have a new steering wheel. So it's a little bit thicker. I like it better than the outgoing one. I like how big it feels, really girthy. You can see some of your controls on the steering wheel. It also has the paddle shifters, and this is how you turn those on. Super Cruise. This is for your windshield wiper stock and high beams. This is your new shifter. So for 2025, you don't have the buttons and the pull things. Like, you know how you were a kid, you had something similar to that? They got rid of that. I guess they figured people didn't like it. I didn't care either way, but this is better. So if you pull it towards you, that puts it in neutral. Park, pull it towards you, push down, drive, pull it towards you, push up, reverse. Easy, simple. 360 camera view. You can look forward and back if you like. You can look above. And if you're not great at parking, this will help with that. So let's just show that real quickly. So if you want to pull into a parking space, you have to look forward, however. And then as you get close to the lines, you can start to see just where you are, get it nice and perfect. And you have that 360 camera view to see how far up you can go, and voila, simple. Now, as far as this screen goes, 16.8-inch display, which is a big upgrade from the 10.1. It does scroll up and down. I share this every video, and sorry if you've watched a lot of them. I just like to share this because it's new, and some people are gonna probably use some of these features. So you have your temperatures, but what's important is the trip information here. So if you want your trip information on this screen, you have to select it here, and you can add to driver display. And there it is. Now if you want to remove it, you can also. It's pretty easy. You just hit that button right there. If you want to reset this, you have to reset it in this screen. They also give you the current trip, fuel economy, and then engine hours. Also, another icon you're going to want to get familiar with is this one here, because if you have a gate or a garage door opener, this will take you there. You can actually set it all up through here. It looks like it's going to be a little bit easier to do, although the other way is easier too. Heads-up display can be disabled also in this menu. Child safety locks are also hidden in this. So what you're basically seeing here is some of the buttons you had on the outside of the screen are now on the inside of the screen. If you want to control your power to popo running boards, that's an option. Down below, they still give you hard buttons for your climate control, but some of them are going to be on the screen. The good news is they do stay up for you. If you want to turn on your heated seats or ventilated seats, they're on the screen there. Pretty easy to do. But if you want to turn the temperature up and down, you can do that off of these buttons here. And some people still prefer hard buttons. I'm willing to bet you that when they do a complete redesign, those are going away. They do provide these covers down below here. So this slides, and that hides your wireless charger. You have 2 USBs, and then here are your cup holders. On the lower trim levels, they don't give this to you. And I personally like this because it just cleans it up. And let's go ahead and slide this back so you guys can see here. By the way, this does slide forward, so if you are shorter, you have to push the seat all the way up, they still give you that function too. But yeah, it's pretty quick. And then here's that center console. It has that Denali badge, that stitching. This area is illuminated too, if I can see the light there. And on the very top, that's how I was controlling that, by the way. You can drop the seats down. You can control that twin panel moonroof. You have that screen that will slide for you. Up top, your vanities. You still have that mirror with that warm white LED lighting too on both sides. Yeah, this is truly a really nice SUV. I understand why people are willing to pay this money for this type of SUV. It's expensive, right? I mean, it's really expensive. but it has a lot of nice features. And then here are some of your menus for this screen. Full screen navigation. And last thing I'll show you guys on this side, you have your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, so you can move things around on this screen here. They give you your settings that stays up over there. So one thing that's worth going to is the vehicle, and you can just customize so many things in here. This is such a nice system. You can turn off a feature if you don't like it, or if you want your mirrors to work with your key, you can lock it and then the mirrors will close for you. A lot of nice features. Let's go ahead and check out the numbers on the side of the door. Hopefully you guys can see the gross axle rating out front is going to be 3,700 pounds. The rear is 4,300 pounds, and gross vehicle weight rating is 7,600 pounds. 22x9 wide wheels. And here are the numbers for like your payload, 1495. It can tow 8,000 pounds. And on the curb it weighs 6,105 pounds. And tire pressure, 36 all the way around. Overall, if I were to get a Yukon, this is the interior color I would get. I'd probably get a white one too, because man, in the summertime this thing would be nice and comfortable. But what are you guys' thoughts? Titanium rust with that teak, I think it's perfect. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. See you guys soon.